What is up, everybody, and welcome to another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit, in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about some changes that are kind of happening to the channel, and specifically, like, more so a change to the way that we make and, talk about and think about our videos in the first place, because over the last year, I kind of had a realization, and Brandon too, sort of understood this, but like, we were making a lot of videos, but we weren't necessarily as proud of them as we could have been. And I think that there's like multiple reasons for this, but it was definitely a weird feeling of like producing maybe even more content than we ever did before, and yet not feeling very good about it, or like not feeling as good as we could about it. And that was something that I was kind of struggling with for a while, and I think I figured it out. I think one of the things that we had a problem with was specifically the format of our YouTube channel. We kind of got to a place where we were like, okay, we need to like focus on creating as much content as possible and like focus on growth and making like the channel able to get bigger and like make things happen more quickly and whatnot. And I think I was able to focus on some projects that really did, I was very satisfied with, like the Vulp is definitely part of that, and some of the new merch that we released, and the cases, those are projects that I'm very proud of, but those are outside of the scope of the actual channel itself. And when it comes to the channel and the projects within it, I think that I had a little bit of an issue with the Bali Shorts format that we created. And this isn't to say that the Bali Shorts format is not good. Like, I don't think that it's a bad format by any means. I just believe that the Bali Shorts format is flawed in terms of what we were looking for from the channel. And so I think the easiest way to explain it is like this, right? We made the channel as an outlet for creativity. Like, I wanted to talk about this passion that I had for Balisongs, because I just really love Balisongs. And I also wanted to make videos. And I have always had a passion for making videos. I've been doing it ever since I was young in high school. And I wanted to output that creative side of me, and I wanted to feed that creativity if possible. And so trying to find a balance between those two things, like the balance between making enough videos to keep the YouTube algorithm and the channel happy, and then also making videos that are satisfying, I think that's a challenge that all people on YouTube end up having at one point or another. Like, it's something that everybody kind of has to deal with. And for us, one of the ways we wanted to try dealing with it was to create the Bali Shorts format. We were like, okay, well, if we create this format where we can review more things at once and really like get a lot of reviews out, that could be very good for our audience. And like, we would make more stuff that more people could enjoy, and it would be great. And the videos would be easier to make. And so the idea of the Bali Shorts was to have these short-form videos that use a scoring metric system to give us we spent time to create a rigorous scoring metric that was consistent and good and like gave you all the information you needed and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Like, we really worked hard on this metric system, and that was good. But the problem became that a lot of the videos just weren't short, actually. Like, they were supposed to be the Bali Shorts, and yet many of them, they weren't short whatsoever. In fact, many of them were pretty long. Our last Bali Short that we released last year was like more than 30 minutes long, which is obviously hilariously off the mark in terms of what those videos were supposed to be. The other thing with the Bali Shorts is that they were supposed to be like less gags, less stuff going on. They were supposed to have, just be easier to produce, no visual effects, no none of that. And then like by the end, the Bali Shorts suddenly had visual effects and gags and all that stuff. And it's like, what I realized over time is that the Bali Shorts just inherently weren't what we were trying to create. Like, that isn't the content that we wanted to make. And the fact that we naturally returned to having all of these gags and visual effects and stuff like that was like, oh, that's the content that we were trying to make, because we ended up there naturally regardless, right? Like we ended up making that accidentally. So obviously that's the stuff that we actually want to make. And so that was a good realization, but it was also an interesting realization of like, okay, well then how do we fix this issue? Because the other problem with the Bali shorts is that, yeah, we made a lot of them, but their appeal to an audience, I think, is different than that of our other videos. And so I think there's a few reasons for this. The first one being is the metric scoring system and the fact that the videos are supposed to be less gag heavy, right? The whole focus of the Bali shorts was to have that metric system. And I think we're definitely going to continue using that metric to score knives. You know, we might, at the end of reviews, tell you the metric system and the scores that the knife got and all that kind of stuff. You know, we're still going to use that system, but it's going to be less prevalent in the videos because it made the videos very deterministic, and it made them very, like, focused on the score that we were going to get to rather than the product itself or, like, the fun journey of the video itself. And so what we ended up having is videos that really only appeal to people already in the Balisong hobby. Like, you know, our older reviews and some of our other videos that we've made, they appeal to people outside of our immediate hobby. And the reason for that is because we try to make them extremely fun and interesting. They have a lot of visual effects and gags and like storylines and plot points and like all this stuff that coalesces into a video that's much greater than just a Balisong review. And so to think our videos are supposed to be like bigger than that, to condense that down into a Bali Shorts format where we take away all of the gags and stuff, well, suddenly it's like, okay, it's a cool format, but do we actually feel that proud of it at the end of the day? Not really, because we didn't write any scripts. We didn't like put that much work into it in terms of being creative. But you still have to put in the same amount of work at the end of the day. The videos don't take any less long of a time to produce, because actually editing unscripted content, editing like me or Brandon just talking about a knife for 2 hours, that means that you're going to have to take that 2-hour session where we talked about the knife and edit it into a 12-minute long video. And that's a lot of editing that's required to do that. So instead of having just a script that we're reading that we know we're going to be able to edit really quickly and like, you know, make into a final thing really easily, instead we're trying to take this like mishmash of footage and edit it into a shorter, much shorter video than the initial run of the footage. And that takes a lot of work, and that's also why some of the later videos got really long, because like editing out that much stuff is difficult. And so, you know, the video runtime just ends up ballooning because of all the content that you like can't edit out. And so it just sucks because, like, I felt, for instance, on the very last one that we did, the Jerry Holm IBAS review, the IBAS review was really fun to make, but it was a Bali short, and it was supposed to be a Bali short, but by the end of it, we had visual effects gags that happened and all this stuff, and it's like, obviously, this is just a full review at this point, like, you know, but we didn't script the actual review, and so recording it took a very long time, and then editing it took even longer. And then by the end of that video, when I was done editing it, I literally had the thought of like, oh man, I'm like not proud of this. And that's not to say that I didn't think it was a good video. I do think it's a good video, but I didn't have that sense of pride that I often have at the end of editing a video where I'm like, oh yeah, we made a really good thing here. It's like I finished editing that video and I'm like, I don't feel super accomplished that I finished editing this. I just feel like I finished editing it. And that kind of sucks. And that feeling was very much the catalyst for like, okay, how do we fix this? Because this is obviously a problem. And so, coming back around to all of that, we have decided that we're going to focus much more on creating stuff that is fulfilling to us as creatives, right? We're going to be trying to make stuff that's a little bit closer to the core of what made our channel so fun in the first place. Like, I want to make stuff outside of the Bally Shorts format. I just want to make stuff using our original review format where things are more loosey-goosey, and I'm talking more about the things that are interesting about the knife and the things that are fun instead of trying to score it on a rigid metric system. I really want to like talk more about just what I enjoy about certain things, and then also be able to write in those gags and goofs and like all the funny shit that people have come to expect from us, and that makes us happy to create, because that's the thing, is that's what we find satisfying at the end of the day, is that kind of shit. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just been a very interesting experience. It's been very, like, introspective in terms of figuring out, okay, what is it about ourselves that we want to make happy? What is it about ourselves that, you know, we need to change? What is it about these videos that satisfy us, and how can we do more of that? You know, it's a difficult question to ask yourself, but a really interesting one at the end of the day. And so, yeah, that's just been a lot of my thought process when it comes to our videos and what we've been doing and how we might do them better and better and better. So, yeah, I really hope that you guys gleaned something from this. Hopefully, this might mean that our video production slows down ever so slightly, just because we're going to be spending more time making more creatively fulfilling and more interesting videos. But at the same time, I actually don't know if it'll slow down that much. Last year, we created more videos than we ever have, and I think that the reason for that isn't because of the Bally Shorts format. I think that we thought that it was, but actually, at the end of the day, the editing on the Bally Shorts took easily the same amount of time as most of our main videos. And so I believe that if we actually just take the time to make a script, you know, like on a regular basis, we're taking the time to make scripts, and then using those scripts, maybe we could film multiple videos in one day, and then we have multiple things that we're editing at the same time, and like that kind of stuff. If we can make more satisfying videos, but work the same amount that we did last year, I believe that we can probably produce a similar amount of content. And so, sure, there's been a little bit of a lull on our channel in terms of content during January, just because we've been getting like back into the swing of things from taking a Christmas break to just like trying to figure ourselves out during the new year. Like, you know, all of this introspection and all of this figuring out what we even want to do and where we even want to go has been very much something that we've had to like figure out as we go along, especially in the new year. And so like it's still fresh on the mind. It's still new. We're not totally sure what the solution even really is, but we're doing our best to fix it, or at least improve. I don't know if fixing it is even like a realistic goal, right? Like, I don't know if there's actually a problem that you can point to be fixed, or if it's really just like something to be improved rather than fixing outright. But either way, that is the stuff that I've been thinking about. I think that this is a very exciting change for the channel. It gives me a lot of hope, because I think that it's going to allow us to be creatively fulfilled, express ourselves in new ways, and just like in general do a better job making what we want to make and really enjoying that process. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been flipping my EPS Wraith. I've been really enjoying this Balisong. Actually, I did want to make a video soon on this channel talking about both the Wraith and then also the MaxAce Serpent Striker V3, because the Serpent Striker V3 is really good. It's really, really, really good, and it's only $150, and I cannot believe, like in the unboxing video I said that I liked it already, but once I went upstairs after that video and I took off the pocket clip and the latch, oh my god, that thing flips easily as good as the Wraith by EPS, and yet it's like a fraction of the price. So I gotta say, MaxAce did a great job with the Serpent Striker V3. If you get the chance, I would highly suggest purchasing that thing, because I really like it. But anyways, that's enough of this long-winded video about videos. But yeah, been flipping the Wraith, been thinking a lot about our channel in general. Hopefully this leads to some good improvements. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the moment. So, as always, I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and peace out.